Hi everyone, this is Daisy here, aka Professional High Priestess, and I'm here to do a Divine Feminine energy check-in, specifically for those Divine Feminines who have found themselves at the end of their rope with their masculines, both mentally, physically, spiritually, and are ready to transition off of the journey, right? There's adjacent paths and adjacent doors here that, we can now choose to go into just based off of what has and has not been done on the journey on the other end, because we can't do it on our own, right? And I know, and I got my notes. I know for a lot of folks here, their thoughts are like, well, for some it's like I don't want the karmic to think that she won though. It's not about the karmic winning, even if they're pulling cards, right? Because at the end of the day, they always know what it is. Even if they're pulling cards and it says the masculine feels like this about you or love, you also have to be careful with those because their minds are always changing and moving. And what level dimension are you pulling from, right? Is it when they're more in their 3D state or when they're more in their 5D state? That type of thing. So you have to also be careful with that. And then, with the karmic as well, it's not even about them because remember, the karmic knows that what their role is. They know. They know they're not the divine feminine, they never will be, etc. So you don't even have to question that. And don't ever compare yourself either. I feel like for me, thank God I was never even that type of person to begin with. But I know that that's like debilitating for some people, just to have like that type of thought in your mind, comparing yourself with the karmic or your masculine, putting you in a position to make you feel like you needed to compete or something or compare yourself. I would never even, that's crazy to me. And I don't even think my masculine would be, my ex DM, would ever have, I don't know if he thought that I would be. I never even asked, but I don't think that I know he's stupid, but I don't think he would be that stupid. Another thing too, it's not about the karmic, like I said, about winning. You have to get out of that. Fire signs, especially Aries, if you're Aries feminine or likes competition, right? So remember that. Another is it's about respect. You have to also remember, because you're dealing with your masculine, and it's weird because there's like this whole physical and biological aspect when you're bonded to this person, and because whenever they work against you, they work against themselves, or whenever they're getting spells done on them or being harmed, etc. You could feel that. Then there's a telepathy, all of that. That's really new when you start to really activate, right? Because the higher you go in 5D, it's like you're masculine and they stay in 3D. It's like the bond weakens because you go higher and higher and higher, and then they're staying low. It's like, and then for you to even have be in proximity to them or adjacent to them, you have to lower your vibration, and we're not doing that. So there's that too, right? It's like respecting yourself. Like, no, I know you're low vibrational. You're attached to an entity. You're dealing with the karmic. There's no way I'm going to deal with you. It's like that's basic. That's 1, 2, 3. Then we have it's like boundaries too. No, you can't pillow talk with the karmic and do all those things and then be trying to be in my energy field so you can go back and give it to the karmic and they can't do anything with it. No, you can't do that. No, like for some femmes, y'all are giving your masculines money, helping them out. No, you can't come and get money from me and then go give it. No, that's hella dumb. We've been stopped all that. Think about just your energy. No, you cannot have any of my energy, whether it's my sex, my money, my food, my car, my space, my recognition, my attention, any of that, and still be engaged with the karmic, period. No. Because at this point, the relationship, you're a leech. It's not symbiotic, right? It's parasitic. So you have to think in those terms. Especially when you're dealing with a masculine who may be low vibrational and has mental illness that they don't even heal and clear. And especially if spells are involved, I'm going to tell you one thing. It's 50-50. It's 50% the masculine, 50% the karmic. But if the karmic's using spells, it's kind of 75% the karmic, 25% the masculine. But the masculine still plays a huge role. So, if, the masculine here, I feel like sometimes too, we want to understand their plight and whatnot, but at a certain point, they have to realize how their mental illness is playing a role too in the journey and in the dynamic. Because what they do with the karmic, they can't do with you. You see, that's the whole point of this journey. Y'all are mirrors for each other in ways that other people cannot do that for you. So when the masculine is dealing with the true divine feminine who's elevated on her throne, this is what happens a lot in the journey because they're intimidated. You guys ever see that? I'm going to do a whole episode on this for my new series, Entertainment as Initiation. But remember the Incredibles Part 2? When one of them got to go to Hollywood and it was the wife, and they looked at her balance and they were like, she's the one who's had least amount of risk in terms of damage, because superheroes were becoming unpopular because in the process of trying to fight crime, they were also destroying shit, right? So the wife got to go to Hollywood, but the husband was jealous. Use that same analogy when dealing with your masculine. Some times on the journey, the masculine is jealous of the feminine because she embodies a certain energy that he wished that he had, that he does know that he had, but he can't activate because he's too attached to low vibrational shit. Instead of him to clear out those low vibrational blockages to accessing his true power, he rather down the feminine, throw you under the bus and things like that, and be in this bipolar fucked up state of mind, and then still be in love with somebody. You know, it's like, damn, I would hate to be in that state of mind, but you know, that's what ends up happening too when you deal with karmic individuals who work out of two consciousness, right? Split minds, split personalities, personality disorders, calcified pineal glands, those type of things, and those type of energies. You get distorted behavior, period, right? So when your masculine's in that distorted energy and dealing with distortions, right, of course they're going to be distorted, and they can't bring that shit to you because you're just going to react and clown them, put your foot up their ass, like get in there behind, verbal, you know, shut down, that type of thing. Who has time for that? Like, I'd rather be like nice to you, loving on you, but you rather play games, so you're gonna get your bitter medicine. Now, though, that's what it's really like when you're dealing with your masculine, and it's I for me personally, it's like walk away and you don't have to look back because you already know what it is over there. You don't have to look or be in the cards or like, oh, are him and the karmic happy or da because you already know what that is. You know that there will never be anything there that's long lasting. And if in the cards, if it does show, oh, 2 of cups, 10 of cups, remember it's a spell, right? So there we go. So that's what I had to for feminines, and you know, having that hanged man moment too. If you're dealing with like karmic partner, any type of karmic energy with the masculine as well, you're not in competition with the karmic at all, because you have to remember that without you, there's no action and show going on there. They need you to keep that shit going up, because the only way that they can feel like their relationship means anything is if you're there, and if you're not, then what do they have to deal with? Then it goes back to the same mundane routine. But then remember, now the masculine has had a taste of the real thing, right? And now he's still dealing with the karmic, and the karmic can't produce that because the karmic is a karmic. So now it turns into a new level of despair for them. And it's not even about, oh, wow, I want my masculine to be in a despair. Nah, don't even worry about that, because it's going to come regardless, right? But they have to learn their lessons. So if it's them going rounds and rounds with the karmic and getting fucking tagged every single time, and if it's him having to, you know, lose your energy, because when we put the masculines out in the cold energetically, they always feel it, and they always be 5 of cups in, that whole thing, right? But so you know the power that you have in that dynamic as well. Remember that, and don't remember that the karmic may have in the physical, but the 5D is always there. 5D is always there, and if you choose to walk away, you will always, you know that it's there, but you don't even have to engage. Just give your energy elsewhere. Put your energy elsewhere, right? Because the masculine is not, you know, worthy of engaging with it, because they are still in a very low vibrational place, and they don't know their place, and they don't know how to be in space with you, right, on your journey, because they are attached to karmic. They want to be in karmicville. So yeah, and like I said, the mental health piece, because you know, like I said, when you deal with distortions, and you bring that energy around, it's no, you're shifting and fucking up my computer system here, my hard drive. I can't virus, right? The masculines, they've picked up viruses, those type of things, and if they're not actively doing the clearing, especially if they know spell work and all that type of shit that's been involved, don't even bother with them, because they don't understand what's happening until it happens. Because, you know, when you play with spell work and those type of things, remember, you're summoning all different type of entities that are consecrated, right, to certain planets, and are conduits to certain entities and demons on certain planets and in certain realms that we have no idea of, really. And if you know you have psychic powers, you can go into the realms and see some of them sometimes. And if you really look into microbiology, the microscopic world, looking at parasites and things like that, it'll give you kind of like an image of what some of these energetic entities look like. Okay, that there's a clue right there. But I say that to say, you know, these karmics, especially if they're using spells on the masculine, and they know that the spells are being used, and they acknowledge it and still continue to engage, at that point you just know that they're stupid, right? And it's like, what else can you say? Because if I know someone's doing work on me, I'm going to try to clear that. If I know that, oh, well, it's a love spell, it can't be that bad, ha ha ha. But then it's causing hella problems in other parts of my life because of the spell is maybe activating too much Saturn or too much Neptune or too much Mercury in my chart, and it's causing debilitations and imbalances, temperance reverse. Then why am I still engaging in that situation? It's and I like being distorted. right? So then you have to even question, is this spell that the karmic is doing, or is it the spell that the masculine already had on himself, which is the narcissism, the personality disorder, the lies, all those different things, the mental health things that they don't deal with, and then the karmic spell is just making it more solidified, or even just amplifying it, whichever way it works, right? So then there's that we have to think about. So I want to pull some cards. I got some new decks. I'm excited. Let's start here. And I would say for me, like, the way I feel about it in my chest, it was like, well, that was a dream deferred. But I would say in that whole process of learning who my masculine was and was not, and realizing like, okay, I can leave this alone and just create a new reality for myself, recognizing like, okay, cool, like at least I know who I am and how solid I am. And also too, like, okay, not making excuses either, because I'm going to tell you, my masculine wanted to have a whole fucking relationship via tarot cards. And and he wow, y'all, man. It's a cold world. When you're out in the cold, 5 of Pentacles, you were just 5 of Pentacles, right? And then they think it's a game too, because remember, they have mental illness, especially if your masculine got Piscean energy, Aquarius energy, child. That's one level, shape-shifting and shape-shifting energy, Neptune and Uranus. Then you got or Capricorn or Taurus energy or Scorpionic energy. That's stuckness, stuck in ways, control, holding on to shit. That type of energy, you know, and when you're dealing with that and they want to play with the karmic and they want to gaslight you, it's just like, nah, at this point, it's like, I know I'm a feminine, and they just feel like, oh, well, she's going to be here forever because she thinks I'm her masculine. Well, yeah, that means that I could just kind of like keep doing this with the karmic and coming over here and doing that, and I can have my cake and eat it too. The masculines don't get that. And, you know, they really do take the feminine's kindness for a weakness because they understand the spiritual connection. But, you know, the thing about chess is, I believe it's, you can play the game with the king, but you can't play the game without the queen. So it's like that analogy. It's like, yeah, like, I can go off without you and be cool, but you can't be without me because, you know, you need my energy to sustain in a certain way, right? So there's that. It's like the woman is the higher vibrational entity in the relationship. And that is, you know, also what Pythagoras was talking about with his Pythagorean theorem. Okay, it's the 3 points on the triangle. It's the feminine, the masculine, and then them coming together at that certain point to create the union of both of their energies, right? Which is the production of the child, right? But the feminine aspect of the triangle being the most longest and most sturdy, you see? That's the mystery of the triangle. Oh shit, I just broke down that whole mystery. There we go. But you know, they burned Pythagoras at the stake because he was doing real tricks and sorcery. And they're like, nah, we can't have you doing that because, you know, we're trying to get everyone indoctrinated with these religions, and yeah, you gotta go, bro. So they shut his whole operation down. Poor Pythagoras. But that's why they had to bastardize that whole concept, you see, in religion with the Holy Trinity and all those other things. So there's that. That's also getting you to understand your masculine, and it's like, you know, that long edge of the triangle to create that perfect trifecta, the real trinity. They're trying to create that with the karmic and trying to use your energy to create the elongation. It's not gonna happen ever. So you also have to remember that. And also remember too, the journey is not even about the masculine all the time. No, it's about what y'all were supposed to create. But if the masculine continues to engage in lower vibrational entities and gets off the path, and you keep going and go, eventually there's going to be a new road laid down for someone else to come down and help you continue the journey on. And then your masculine, they'll do whatever they do, you know, and it'll be what it is. And it really is just like having that understanding with the codependency. That's why even throughout this whole thing, like I told my masculine, like, every single time, like, I'm okay, I'm only gonna do this for so long. They think you're playing though, until then you really cut, and then they're like, what? I didn't think she was serious. And I'm just curious. Because remember, you guys have to realize, like, most of the masculines got the game fucked up. because they're dealing with karmics. And then they're low vibrational. They have their own addictions. Like I said, mental illness, mommy issues, shit like that. So they're not really able to think straight on several levels. So it's like, who has time for that, right? When I can go really manifest a whole other motherfucker. It may not be as juicy as spicy, but at least like in this day and age and time that I'm in, I'd rather that than to be dealing with just like inconsistency and mess. It's like, okay, who has time for that? Like, especially when you realize like you can bring a lot of that other energy that the twin has. It's already in you. Like you activate that and you're good on your own already. You don't, why deal with the extra drama when you can manifest someone else who's willing to do all those things for you and with you, and no games and no karmics, like that type of thing, you know? Because remember I said, the longer the masculine deals with the karmic, then they turn into a karmic. Sorry, my hair is just being funny today. All right, so let's get into these oracle cards. So the first cards that we're going to pick is the Energy Oracle by Sandra Taylor, okay? Messages for Divine Feminines leaving the masculines. Please give us some messages for Divine Feminines leaving the masculines. Victory came out. Look, just what I was saying. I'm so excited because I have hella shit that I'm doing. I was already doing hella stuff. My masculine wasn't stopping nothing. Even before I was that bitch, right? But yeah. But I would say that I have more like another thing that I had to say is like you have to realize that your masculine is lucky to have you, not the other way around. Because remember, the masculine never dealt with a bitch like you, and all his delusions and his sexcapades and his adventures with this type of color, red, orange, yellow, green hair or whatever. I want this texture, that color, that size, long, tall, short, wide, thick, skinny, all of that. They still never met a woman like you. Never will, right? Because there's only one. But you, feminine, because you're whole, more intact and whole within yourself, you can be on your own and find someone else that is not your masculine, but you will be content still because you're content on your own. You see? So I have to add that in. All right, messages for feminines leaving the masculines, please. Please, messages for feminines leaving the masculines. Okay, so the first card we have here is Victory. Like I said, right? But, so what I was saying was basically, it's like now I know, because it's like, that was an added boost though. Like, thank you for reminding me that I am that bitch, right? Because the masculine too, you guys have to also understand that because people see the karmic now for who they are and what they do and how they operate, the masculine has to realize like they will never have any respect being adjacent to that karmic, ever. And now, because of what they've done with the karmic and been through and people seen, it's even going to turn off other people from wanting to deal with the masculine. So it's like, shit. It's not even like, oh, well be with me because you don't have any... Nah, but it's like, even I'm not trying to fuck with you because I'm not trying to be affiliated with the fuckery that you was involved in. You made a fool out of yourself, you see? So you have to also look at it from that perspective. It's like, wow, now I see the game. I was the bag the whole time. So, okay, messages here. Sorry, that had to come out because these cards kind of were speaking to me. All right, I'm going to read these cards all at the same time. And then we have the, we have the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. I don't know what she's talking about with her Oracle cards, but girls, keep selling them cards. Stop playing with me. Goddess Oracle. Messages for Divine Feminines leaving their masculines. Messages for Divine Feminines walking away from the masculine. Messages for feminines leaving the masculine. Wow. Whew, I knew this was going to be a powerful, powerful, powerful spread. Messages for feminines leaving the masculines. And for some, who knows, maybe you guys can come down later at the road and be with your masculine. But right now, drop it. If it's toxic, drama, don't be doing no magic for them to help them. Nah. Let the karmic teach them. Some of them need tough love. You see? They can't learn the easy way, soft way, sensible way. Let them learn the hard way. Like I said, that Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn energy, if you're masculine, Leo, if you're dealing with them, that shape-shifting and more Sagittarius energy, Sag, Pisces, shape-shifting and then hard-headed at the same time, hell nah. That's some fuckery right there. Don't give yourself a chronic illness chasing your masculine, y'all. Oh, bless me. Weesh. Messages for divine feminine, walking away from the masculine. Bless me. Messages for divine feminine, leaving the masculine. And then I'm going to get a Isis Oracle card. You know what? I'm going to get one of these at the end to top it off. All right. Oh, and then I also have the new deck is, so Wisdom Oracles out here. Okay. And then, oh yeah, work your light Oracle cards. All right. So the first card that we have out here from the energy Oracle cards is Victory. All right, like I said earlier, so recognizing that there is no loss. It's like whether the masculine stays with the karmic and y'all don't deal with each other, or whether he leaves the karmic, y'all don't deal with each other, or whether he's with you, y'all in union, or whether y'all are separated, don't deal with each other, you still won, because you left with you have your self-respect and your dignity at the end of the day. Then you have walking away here, passing through the gate. Yeah, the 27, 2 and 7, 9. 9 is completion, 9 of Pentacles, right? Single, self-sufficient. The 2 and the 8 breaking down to a 10. Karmic completion, right? Wheel of Fortune type of energy. 10 of Pentacles energy, 10 of Cups energy, still finding fulfillment and happiness, even though you're walking away. The Thinking Woman, 4 and 7 breaking down to 11, balance, justice, equilibrium, right? With all this green here, heart chakra balancing and awakening, recognizing like, whoa, hold on. Like I said, I was the bad here, right? And if you've been dealing with like toxicity with your masculine and their karmic, like recognizing like, wait, hold on, they're using my energy as a ritual to keep their, hell nah. No sorry, Bob. Unless I'm getting some money out of it and flipping that ritual upside down, which is what I did. Don't play with people. Segment, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. Right? You could be a Leo. Segment is consecrated to that I am. But with that segment here and saying be strong, yeah, saying you are stronger than you think, you know? And we don't need to be in union to be complete as feminines. We're not like the karmic where we need the masculine. We don't need the masculine. The masculine needs us, right? We don't need for nothing because we're complete and whole within ourselves. So we know if we're lacking in anything, how to achieve that without having to need another person to do that for us. You see what I'm saying? Then we have Diana, focused intention. And it says here, keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target and you will make your mark. Yeah. I feel like what this is saying here is like focusing on what even without the masculine, what's the journey that I'm on here? Because remember, we're tasked with spiritual gifts and things like that because we have a spiritual mission that we're supposed to be completing. So what is that, regardless of the masculine? I'm going to keep on doing that, like, because I'm going to have fulfillment anyways, knowing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And you'll just feel fulfillment every day, waking up and doing all the things that you need to do, regardless of if you're in union or not. That's why for a lot of people, I'm like, okay, the union is not that, right? But it's good that the masculine is learning their 3D lessons on the way. As you're continuing to learn your 3D lessons on the way and still continuing to fulfill your path. Then you have Eggshell, medicine woman. And it says here, you are a channel for divine healing power. Yeah. Remember, this is exactly what I was just saying. Yes, it's like, because segment is also about healing. So maybe you are a healer, maybe you're a reader, maybe you work with earth, maybe you work in the medical field, maybe you work with children, whatever it is, you're still doing healing work regardless of if you're dealing with the masculine or not, right? So what is that path? Because that's how you break the codependency and that cycle of that. Like, I'm going to still do my path. Like, let my masculine go do whatever. Like, it's okay. No love lost. Cool. Thank you for teaching me. Then we have from the Work Your Light Oracle, it says the inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. This is exactly what I was saying with the Thinking Woman card being here, right? Doing that heart chakra clearing and balancing, healing from like maybe any type of issues that your masculine may have triggered in you throughout this journey, addressing those and healing through that, you know, really sitting with those uncomfortable feelings, processing that, transmuting all of that energy into gold that you can use on your journey as a wisdom of experience, so that in order to avoid cultivating resentment, stuckness, pain, all of that stuff that creates dis-ease, which creates disease. Then we have mirror, who or what is triggering you. Oh my God, what did I just say? That's crazy. I didn't even look at that before I said it. And it's like, yeah, how was the how what triggered you in this journey? Is it body image issues? Is it comparison issues? Is it abandonment issues, neglect issues, self-worth issues? What is it? Tap into that. Find out, like, okay, why was I triggered by that in this situation, and how can I move forward in a way next time so that I'm not? Then it says get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. With this get grounded, that's why I'm saying keep it on the journey. And as like the masculine fades away and all the other stuff with the karmic and all that goes into the past, and you learn your lesson, there's going to be a new road built right next to you for someone new to come onto your path and be right there with you and be sensible, be ready to engage with you, etc., and move forward. All right, so let's see. I'm using right here the Mystic Mondays tarot deck, okay? All right. Dear bright and well-living ancestors, please clarify. Yeah, the first card that popped out is the Seven of Pentacles, right? So assessments and reviews in the material world, weighing out your investments. Is what I put in what I got out? And if so, what can I do in the future next time so that I can get the proper return on investment for the time and energy and effort that I put in? What is the victory? Clarify victory. Ooh. Uh-oh. Alright. Victory is clarified by the Five of Swords. Because the Five of Swords is all about backstabbing, opponents, heavy mind games, manipulation, that type of thing. And you won over your victors. Maybe your masculine was working against you and was like, you know, treating you like you're the enemy. Because remember, these karmics put spells like that, conflict spells, those type of things. Or because remember, I talked about the jealousy, all of that competition, like the narcissism and the mental illness, but still being fucking in love with you, like bipolar, real bipolar mental illness type of shit. Because of that, like, you know, you were strong through that and you were able to prosper through that. Now you're getting your victory because of that. Right? Come on now, that's exactly what it is. You may have went through like some confusion about it, but you have to realize like it's not about you, it's them. What's the walking away, please? Clarify walking away. Clarify walking away. With the Three of Pentacles, yeah. Walking away, you know, from a foundation that you may have built with your masculine, if there was one, or walking away from the thought of a sturdy foundation or even a friendship. Walking away because you're moving towards bigger and better things. You're moving towards better collaborations, more focused intentions with the people that you're dealing with, right? Recognizing how the people that you're dealing with are either helping you or hindering you, moving away towards things that make you sick. Because another thing you have to also realize too is like the Most High will never send you as divine feminines and things like that. Yes, their journey is difficult, but why would the Most High, your angels and your guides and your spirits, want you to be with someone who's toxic and dysfunctional and whatever, regardless of the karmic spells or not? No, that's the devil talking, right? So don't get wrapped up in that. You know, that's also like what's triggering you, thinking about how maybe what you saw in childhood led you to believe that it was okay to accept that type of stuff, because it's not. And if you're masculine, feel like, well, it's okay, she must know that I still love her, even regardless I treat her like shit. No, it don't work like that. What's a thinking woman? Because you can't love someone and disrespect them at the same time and degrade them. That's not love. That's narcissism and parasitic behavior. So the thinking woman is clarified by the Strength card. Learning how to have restraint, self-discipline, balance in our consumption, in our life, in our habits and our actions and the things that we do. Recognizing our inner strength, right? Recognizing where we are strong and what we all have to offer, regardless of if your masculine is accepting it or not. Because at the end of the day, with the Victory card, another thing here too that could have been an issue is, you know, trying to get your masculine to see the value in you. They can't, because they can't see it in themselves. That's why they deal with the karmic. Because if they're focusing on someone who has no self-worth and trying to show them their worth, they don't have to work on their addressing their own worth or lack thereof, right? Or lack thereof of the acknowledgement of it. And there you are. What's segment? Clarify segment. Be strong. With the Eight of Cups. Yeah, because you're walking away from toxicity, drama, chaos. Could be a Pisces here, right? Could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or an Aquarius here. A Leo. I'm seeing here as well. Right? Divine masculine or feminine. Could have Saturn and Pisces. But with that right there, that lets me know that, it's time to move forward on this journey. What's the Eight of Cups? Let's clarify. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups with the High Priestess. Because it's time. Listening to that inner knowing, listening to that inner intuition, that inner knowing, right? Knowing that it's time to move forward from this journey, like onto bigger and better things, to go find that ninth cup from the eighth to the ninth. Self-fulfillment and happiness, right? Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Clarify Diana, focused intention. With the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's the end. It says keeping your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target and you will make your mark. With the Ten of Swords being here with the focused intention, I feel like what this is really saying here is like focus on bringing this to an end. Focus on going from the Nine of Swords, which is like actively in that nightmarish, hellish trauma energy, to the Ten of Swords where it's done, it's complete. Now I can recover, okay? What's Eggshell, Medicine Woman? What's Eggshell, Medicine Woman? And focusing, maybe this is saying like, no, think about the betrayal and the backstabbing. Like, you need to think about that because that's what's going to transform you. Because when you realize the reality of what was going on, that's when you know, okay, cool. What's Eggshell, Medicine Woman? Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. What this is saying here, you are a channel for divine healing power. You have spirit guides defending you and protecting you here with the Seven of Wands, okay? Because you have a divine mission and purpose. With the Ace of Pentacles, you can have a new beginning, money, etc. Or that could be like a pregnancy, a baby. But you are protected by the Most High. You could also have ancestors who are ancient medicine women, especially if you're divine feminine. You probably come from that lineage anyways, right? That energy is passed down and it's helping you fight your battles here today to move forward towards that new beginning, to be in your North Node energy. What's your path and destiny here on planet Earth in this lifetime? Okay. Clarify Inner Temple. Clarify Inner Temple. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart with the Four of Pentacles. And what this is saying here, where it says tune into the portal of your heart with the Inner Temple and the Four of Pentacles, this is saying letting go of maybe a scarcity mentality around the masculine. Like, oh my God, if I let go, am I ever going to have a journey like this, a twin like this? Yes, you will. Let it go. Be gone. Four of Pentacles. Let go of scarcity mentality, poverty thinking, poverty consciousness. This could also be, you may have like Capricorn in your chart. Oh, shit. Excuse my language. These cards you guys want to just be everywhere, huh? Oh, yeah. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. So let me clarify the Four of Pentacles. You can also be getting a gift soon as well. Some money coming in. All right. What's the Four of Pentacles? Clarifying Inner Temple with the Queen of Wands and the Two of Wands. Because I feel like here, what this is also saying is, it's like you now have to let go of that scarcity mentality with the Two of Wands here. You have a decision that you need to make. Are you going to walk into that Queen of Wands energy and be empowered, right? Or are you going to continue to stay like trying to be on this journey that may be unraveling on one end while your track is still going, right? Your side of the road is still good. You know, especially if you're dealing with like a masculine who may be very like guarded or have like a scarcity mentality or that type of thing, low vibrational, very stubborn and hard-headed. You know, it's saying like you have to really make that choice and path. But also the Queen of Wands is always like kind of like my karmic card, and that could also be like, are you think about like how the karmic plays games and manipulates and holds on? Do you want to be in that vibration and that frequency? No, right? Don't do what they do. Keep it pushing. You don't want to turn into them. What's the Mirror? What's the Mirror? the King of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Who or what is triggering you? So with this clarifying the mirror with the King of Swords, when I see King of Swords, that lets me know like the masculine is in a very low vibrational state, just very much in their logical mind, air mind. Your masculine could be a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, energy. Very detached, objective, logical. That's what's triggering you. Maybe that detachment is triggering that coldness, that state, that narcissistic state, because it like, because when you deal with a narcissist, and because they're very self-centered and it's what they want and it's about their world, and it's like, if you don't fit into like the delusion that I've created here, then you have to leave, right? And when you deal with that type of energy, it can be very triggering, because it may remind you of the way in which your power was taken away, because it's a power thief. That's power thieving. When you're not in a connection with someone, and you're not giving them the opportunity to express themselves, and you're not putting yourselves in their shoes or trying to empathize with them so you can understand as well, you're an energy thief, because you're trying to impose your will onto them and your rule of and lay of the land of the law onto them as well. Okay, so just know that. But with the Six of Pentacles being here too, maybe something was triggering you is like reciprocity, like equal give and take with the King of Swords, right? The lack thereof. Maybe you saw in other places where there was lack of equal give and take, or maybe people abused their power over you or whatnot, and that's what's triggering you. And look what I just said. Those power games that the masculines play, because they're in their mental illness, right? Because when you deal with distortions, you are distorted. And when you are brainwashed and dealing with delusions, you don't know that you're brainwashed and dealing with delusions. That's the whole fucking point, to keep you in a state where you don't know what to do. So because you have wild thoughts, right? You're getting wild reactions and situations in your life, like karmics and fucking all kinds of stuff. What's get grounded? Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. What's get grounded? Clarify, get grounded with the Seven of Swords. Yeah, I feel like what the Seven of Swords is really saying here is like, for the feminines walking away from the masculines, it's like you're tired of dealing with that sneaky ass messy energy, like always having to expose a motherfucker, like all of that. It's like tricks are for kids here, you know? So with that being said, I feel like what you're moving towards is recognizing that you need to really focus on your own plans, okay? You really need to focus on, getting to a place where you're planning and strategizing about all the things that are going to put you in that Sun card energy, that Nine of Pentacles energy, that Empress energy, right? Ten of Pentacles energy, right? And I feel like also, too, this could possibly be saying, like, for the masculine, you could have been dealing with it, they're very severely ungrounded. They're in that Seven of Swords energy all the time, trickery, planning, deception, and manipulation. And that's why, they're continuously having tower moments and Two of Wands reverse moments, and it's just a lot, So that's the message that I have for y'all feminines dealing with, walking away from the masculine. I honestly, I don't blame you, and just remember that it's not a competition. It's not about the karmic. It's about respect. It's about boundaries, and it's about honoring the journey, honoring spirit, honoring that shared legacy that was supposed to be built and it's not, and that's okay, right? Move on. Now the masculine will figure it out later on. By that time, you're going with someone else who honored it from the very beginning. All right, messages for feminines walking away from the masculine, please. Messages from the feminines walking away from the masculines. It says abundance of Sothis. And then you see the wheat germ on the very top with the star, the Judaic star right there. All right. So it says here, abundance in many forms is increasing in flow to you. Continue your good work of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsibly flowing to you in many forms over and over again. Like I said this earlier, I feel like there's money going to be coming to a lot of feminines here because you stayed true to the path and you stayed true to the journey. Also, too, Saturn is going to be moving into Aquarius. So if you've done good karma, whatever house you have Aquarius in, or if you have Saturn in Aquarius, you're going to be getting good rewards. And if you've been playing games and been in the Seven of Swords energy, King and Queen of Swords reverse type of energy, then you are going to be dealing with that as well, okay? Causing Ten of Swords energy for people, then you are going to be getting the opposite. So, feminines, that's the message that I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this channeling. If you need a personal reading, all the information is in the description box below. Once again, my name is Daisy, aka Professional High Priestess. Enjoy your video. Bye.